CNN appears to be doing straight up pro-Iran regime propaganda because someone gave this guy a coffee. What is this? Let me look at this. This is CNN.
Taking a quick break for a coffee along the way. We've been driving for several hours. There's a couple of things that we've noticed. Number one is that, first of all the shops are open. All the shops are really well stocked, even with fresh things, like, for instance, fruits and vegetables. Coffee, obviously, also available as well.
Yeah.
And then also the gas stations. There's no long lines as gas stations. Fuel seems readily available, and you just don't see any sort of degree of panic anywhere.
Do you know why? Why do they have to be afraid whenever our war isn't against them? It is against their fucking fascist, religious, nutjob oppressors. That's what people are actually up against. There isn't a war against the Iranian people. There's a war for the Iranian people. Why the fuck would they be upset or stressed out about this? Why would we bomb a gas station? It's retarded. So that's it. These are propaganda places? No, I assume that the majority of Iran probably is not in total chaos. I bet that there are a few really, really big hotspots, like the big cities, where the IRGC is concentrated at, and you're probably going to have a ton of bombs and a ton of stuff that's happening there. But I bet even in places in Tehran, you can get away from that different, like, fucking crazy shit, and you can have your own little piece by yourself. I think that's probably what's happening right now. So yeah, and that's it right there. Exactly. Yeah, anyone near bases, yeah, sure, of course it's going to be chaotic. But besides that, it's not like it's everywhere else. This confirms the US and Israel are doing a good job. It does. This confirms that we are doing a very, very good job because the people in Iran do not have their quality of life damaged and destroyed. Iran has no more media broadcasters that got blown to pieces. So now CNN is taking over the role as its propagandist, apparently shameless. And I know that they're trying to portray this as like somehow this is some sort of like, I don't even know what they're trying to say, but, you know, they're trying to put this out like, oh, it's not a big war. Yeah, because it's not against the people that are there. That's the real reason why. I still don't understand as a Kuwaiti why we're under attack 24/7. I have no idea either, honestly. I really don't. What is this? Iran's Department of Propaganda didn't quite get the scale right. Oh, here's another one.
Now, a lot of Iranian accounts are posting this video claiming that Iran has taken down the B-2 stealth bomber.
Wow.
In reality, this is not a real B-2 bomber,
wow.
as you guys can tell from the scale.
No way. No way. It's a fake photo.
But also, American B-2 bombers don't have an Arabic flagpole on it, as you can see right here in orange. That flagpole does not go to the ground. It seems like it's just attached to the bomber's wing. On top of it, in reality, B-2 bombers are a lot bigger, as you can see from
Holy shit, I didn't know it was that big. God damn. Well, how big is a B-2 bomber? Holy shit. God damn, that's pretty big. I didn't know it was that big. Holy shit, all right. Versus commercial airline comparison, versus commercial airline. It's not really showing it. Wait. It's the size of a fucking commercial. Oh my god. Holy shit. I didn't know it was that big. Oh my god. Yeah, all right. That's a B-52? Oh, is that even bigger? I don't know. Well, yeah, worth 2.1 billion. Oh my god. And we've had B-2s for what? Oh my god, 36 years. That's crazy.
Real picture with a human standing next to it, and here another one. It has to carry 60,000 pounds of bunker buster.
60,000,
so it needs to be a lot bigger.
Those are the two 30,000-pound bombs.
Subscribe for more.
So, big surprise. It was Iran's Air Force was already obsolete when Top Gun came out, the original one. The gap between Iran's oldest jets. Oh, here's another one, too. That's about their jets. Just popping in saying, love the WoW streams, bro. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. When are you going to play WoW? Soon, man. Very soon. And this is also from this morning. Take a look at this. Here we go. Ooh. This is in Tehran. And you can see very clearly that the majority of everyday life is continuing on as relatively normal, right? As normal as it can be in a situation like this. The whole city isn't getting blown up. It's very specific strikes. Can you ask him to release the files now? Which ones? Do you think if Iran threw a PAL ball at the B-2 bomber, I'd be able to catch it? No, I think it'd just bounce off, honestly. They're trying. Because we don't target civilians like Iran does? Yeah, I know. That's the difference. Very big difference. Huge difference right there. But, yeah. You don't want to go after civilians, because if you do, then you'll turn the population against you. Which seems like what Iran... Oh my god, there's 2 of them. Jesus. Well, goodbye, IRGC, yeah. And targeted strikes, almost like the screaming retards are dumb. I know. And about our Growler electronic jamming jet, yeah, I didn't even know that. And do you see Khomeini Jr. and the Iranian president might have been taken out? I have. So I probably should have talked about that earlier. Iran delays naming a new leader due to security concerns. So, that's how it is. And, yeah. And, wow. Not a surprise at all. A B-2 has 16 nukes on it? Wait, what? How smart, gonna be to take one of those down on top of you? Wait, they have a nuclear bomb inside of the B-2? Oh my god. And, Iran's terrorist camps in Beirut are being eliminated. So this is also happening, too. Take a look at this. Holy shit. Some Beirut. Honestly, this video looks like it's AI. It does. I don't think it is. I'm not sure. That's the biggest one yet? Yeah, these are massive. Oh, I wonder if that's one of those bunker buster bombs. So this is the... Let me see if I can find... where's the information about the new bombing? Because I might not be able to find that one right now. Minutes ago near Shiraz. Oh, here's one. Yeah, when did that happen? Fox News? Oh, yeah. I think I actually saw that. I forgot. Let me go and pull this up and show you guys. Where did it go? There it is. Jet strike. So, last week, we killed the Khamenei. And this week, we might have also killed the Khamenei, the new one. So this was just a few hours ago, I guess in the morning, overnight, where we bombed the shit out of them again. Let's take a look at it.
The U.S. and Israel now moving to phase 2 of Operation Epic Fury, shifting the focus to eliminating Iran's missile program.
Yep.
So this comes as the Israeli military begins another broad wave of attacks
I guess
as
it is
they
real.
fight a 2-front war
It's
against
the same image.
Iran and Hezbollah.
I kind of feel they're welcoming the opportunity to fight Hezbollah. Chief Foreign Correspondent Trey Yingst joins us live from Tel Aviv with the latest on a new attack on Ayatollah Khomeini's underground bunker in Tehran. Trey.
So there's another one. What were they thinking, man? Oh my god.
Yeah, Brian, good morning. We're learning that the Israelis last night launched a new wave of strikes against the Iranian capital of Tehran, using around 50 fighter jets and 100 munitions to strike a bunker that Iran's former supreme leader had planned to use. You can see in some of this video some extensive...
So have they come out and said that the president and the Iranian, the new Ayatollah are alive? Because, like, I feel like right now we don't know.
Explosions taking place there in the Iranian capital. We understand that he was above ground, actually, when he was killed over
Not
the
yet.
weekend. Now,
So
today,
nobody
Israel's
knows.
Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is holding different security assessments with top officials here as this war continues, approaching 1 week. The Israelis are still taking a variety of incoming fire with cluster
seems that
munition
way.
and ballistic missiles soaring through the
Here it
skies
comes.
of this country overnight. As that meeting was taking place, there were more sirens sounding, and last night you can see some of these missiles that were flying through the air of Tel Aviv.
Yeah.
Many of them overshot their targets and landed in the Mediterranean Sea. The Israelis going after some of these launching positions.
They're just blowing
last
up all
night,
of them.
striking
Holy shit.
six different ballistic missile launchers.
Yeah.
And today, Israel's chief of staff...
See, that's the main reason why they're not shooting off the missiles. Like, not only are they running out of missiles, not only are we blowing up the missiles, but you need something to shoot the missiles with, and they don't have that anymore because it's getting blown up. They haven't said who the new supreme leader is. They're trying to hide it. I mean, that seems like it's pretty smart. Like, I mean, really, see, and this is what I said, right? Is that everybody said, oh, well, these are zealots. They want to be martyred. The first guy did. The second guy was okay with it. The third guy. Jeez, guys. Ooh, let's keep this one to ourselves.
Zamir is making new statements about the war.
Jeez.
Not
so much,
I am in continuous contact with my American counterparts, including the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff of the United States, General Dan Kane, and the commander of CENTCOM, Admiral Brad Cooper. We are fighting based on shared interests and values. In this war, shoulder to shoulder, they are true friends. Through coordinated action, we are stripping the regime of its military capabilities and bringing it to strategic isolation and a point of weakness in which it has never been before.
The Israelis are looking east, but they're also looking north as the Iran-backed militant group Hezbollah launches new attacks over the border. They've been striking the southern Dakhla
Yeah, they're basically fighting against Iran from two different places. Because think about Iran, like, in their terrorism shit, as like a virus. And they've, like, infected a lot of other countries. They've infected Palestine with, like, Hamas. They've infected Yemen with the Houthis. They've infected Lebanon with the fucking Hezbollah. And there's a few other ones, too. I think there's one that starts with, it's like PMT or something like that. It's another fucking terrorist group, too.
In Beirut quite heavily with new strikes.
Do you think other countries will be actively involved?
This was the 26th round of strikes that they have launched against this Iranian proxy in Lebanon. There are many civilians that have evacuated the southern Dakhla neighborhood, and one of them is speaking out about what they heard.
What's this?
They threatened the Daya area, so we packed our things and left.
Yeah, I'd fucking leave too.
Left Daya.
Yeah.
Now we're living a tragic life here, displaced. Yep. It's a miserable life. You know what it's like.
They got to get their government after those terrorists.
These strikes to continue against Hezbollah as the group is threatening to launch strikes deeper into Israel. Yesterday, there were multiple times where the Iranians and Hezbollah launched joint attacks against this country. Brian?
So,
do you think the U.S. is the world bully? No, I think Iran is. I think Iran is the problem, and the U.S. is solving it.
Trey, is there a sense? I mean, the Israelis have to take care of Hezbollah, and when they started this fight, that was the opportunity. But is there a sense that the Iran war effort is paying a price for the Hezbollah focus? Are they taking Israel taking assets away from the Iran fight to do this in Lebanon?
There's such a high level of coordination. There were plans in place for this very scenario. And so the Israelis so far don't appear overwhelmed with their Air Force capability. They can fight on multiple fronts at the same time, as we've seen in the past.
They got a ton of fucking ships.
But we do know there is significant coordination even on the ground. A source earlier this week told me that in Northern Command in Israel, there's actually an American office. And so there are U.S. representatives on the ground, again, to help the Israelis with this targeting campaign
I think that makes
Hezbollah.
sense.
Hey, Trey, will you tell us more about that bunker? Was anyone killed? The bunker where the Ayatollah was planning on?
Yeah, so that's what I'm curious about, too. Like, did they actually get him or not? I mean, I feel like if they announce a second Ayatollah is dead, I do really think that'll demoralize the shit out of him. I do. Like, at this point, because, like, at that, like, you know, you get the first guy, and they're like, okay, well, we kind of expected that. But then you get the second guy, it's like, okay, well, how many of these guys do we have left? Iranian here, they killed Khamenei. Then they had another random. They killed him after 2 hours. They said Khamenei's son is a leader, and they killed him probably too. Wait, today? Maybe. I don't know. Do you think we'll see more attacks in Western nations because of the war? Probably, maybe in the short term, but not in the long term. I think that a lot of people downplay the worldwide effect that Iran terror network had. And so, like, you could probably see a short-term increase, but I think that if you measured it over the next, like, 15 years, you would have a sharp decrease. Does that make sense?
So Fox News is getting some new exclusive information about the strikes overnight and about this specific bunker. A senior Israeli official telling Fox News that at the time of the strike, when Operation Epic Fury began, when the Ayatollah Khamenei was actually killed, he was above ground. He did not go into this bunker.
My understanding is he went into, like, the first, like, there was, like, just a video I saw on YouTube, but, like, they said he was in, like, one level, but he wasn't in, like, the super underground level.
And that is why the Israelis were able to kill him, in part because he didn't think that he was going to be targeted. And there was a deception campaign, I am told by a senior Israeli official, to make the Iranians think that this attack wasn't
Wait, what? What? No.
Even going to begin. Despite the fact that there were planes in the
I
air,
think he's gonna do it.
The inner circle of the Ayatollah didn't think to get him underground. And part of this deception campaign was coordinated.
What a bunch of morons, really. I mean, y'all didn't really have this planned out at all? Damn, that's kind of sad.
Directly at the highest levels between the Americans and the Israelis.
The Jew bluff?
One official says that the top commanders here in Israel that normally would be at the Kiryat, Israel's version of the Pentagon, went home for Shabbat dinner with their families. And there were a number of posts that were made and statements by President Trump in the 24 hours leading up to the beginning of this operation. All of this meant to deceive Iranian.
So they said, "All right, guys, we're going to dinner." Okay, all right, get the command center, all right. And okay, there he is. And what are they reading? Social media. And they said, "No, guys, we're safe." Well, how do you know? The guy said on Twitter that he's having dinner. Yeah, no, we should be good to have this meeting. There's no way they're going to pull us up right now. How is it that you trick? Like this is like, these people are like, this is like a military leader. Really? How do you have this happen? Listen to this again.
Normally would be at the Kiryat, Israel's version of the Pentagon, went home for Shabbat dinner with their family.
All right, we're going for Shabbat.
And
great.
There were a number of posts that were made and statements by President Trump in the 24 hours leading up to the beginning of this operation.
Trump's like, "No, we're not going to do anything." Oh, okay.
All of this meant to deceive Iranian leadership.
Jesus.
And this official says the result was exactly what planners had hoped for. Khamenei stayed above ground, and the opening strike of Operation Epic Fury found him right there.
Oh, my God.
So, Trey, can I go back to where Brian was when we were talking about Lebanon? Are they welcoming Israel in? Because we already heard them tell.
It's probably really mixed. That's what I would assume. I bet they don't like Hezbollah, but they might not like Israel bombing them more. Maybe, I don't know.
Proxies to stand down. Don't get involved in this. So now are they welcoming Israel in to destroy this terror organization?
So I want to give you a little bit of background on Lebanon first. I've reported on the ground in Beirut a number of times in the past, and it's a city that's divided, but it's also a country that is divided. There's the Christian population in Beirut, and they are centered around the northern part of Beirut.
I didn't even know that.
In the southern Dakhla neighborhood, this is where you have the Shia Muslims, the supporters of Hezbollah, and then further south, closer to the Litani River as well. And so we've heard actually this week from Lebanon's prime minister, who is calling on Hezbollah to stand down. Yesterday,
yeah, because he doesn't want to get bombed by Israel either. That's the reason why. They don't want to have this shit happen. And, like, if they're not even getting money from Iran anymore, why the fuck do you even have these guys here? Like, there's literally zero benefit, and all they do is cause trouble.
The Lebanese government announced
you think
that they
about
would
it, right?
arrest anyone with ties to Iran's IRGC. And this is a massive shift in posture than we had seen. Had we reported this to you a year ago, people wouldn't have taken it seriously. The Lebanese government was allowing Hezbollah to infiltrate into their ranks. But President Trump sent Tom Barak and Morgan Ortagus and others to the region and basically told the Lebanese government, if you support Hezbollah, the entirety of Lebanon is going to pay the price. And they listened. And they're
that's what happens. See, the thing is that Trump, one of the good things about him is that it seems like he knows how to negotiate with terrorists. Is that you don't. You just tell them, if you don't do this, we're going to just kill everybody, and that's just the way it's going to be. And that's what they did with Venezuela, and that worked really well. They went in there and they got the main guy, didn't lose a single person. And then he called the second person, this chick, right? And he says, listen, do you want to be next? No? Okay, then play ball. Fuck around, you're dead. That's it. Yeah, you don't negotiate. Exactly. It's so easy. Like, and I don't know why I don't know why we haven't been doing this for like the last 40 fucking years. This is what we should have been doing the entire time. But for some reason, we had like, I don't know, like they wanted to just keep the war going, I guess, to just make more money. Fuck that. What a waste.
continuing to listen to President Trump.
Like White House Twitter?
And so you have a situation on the ground where the Israelis are going after these Hezbollah strongholds, but they're not striking other parts of Beirut.
Oh, what's the difference?
They are focusing on southern Beirut in the Dakhla neighborhood. They are moving ground forces into defensive positions in areas in the south of Lebanon. And they're also...
Yeah, no, I'll show you all the Taliban clip after this. It's one of my favorite clips.
Also striking the Bekaa Valley, where Hezbollah stores many of their missiles and rockets. And so at this point, the Lebanese government is welcoming the ability to rid Hezbollah of their influence in the country.
Exactly. Like, it's better for them. Like, why would the Lebanese government want a pseudo-government paramilitary force in their country that they have to deal with and share power with and negotiate with and, you know, calculate their influence in certain events and decisions? Like, it's obviously against their best interest to have a terrorist group in their country. Duh, of course.
I understand there's coordination behind the scenes to ensure that these statements remain strong, that Hezbollah knows they have no place in Lebanon, and that ultimately the Lebanese people are going to pay a price if they continue to attack.
Huge.
Yeah. Very interesting. Thanks, Trey.
So interesting that some of these cities, these are cities where, I mean, a lot of people here in New York that are from Lebanon, they say how wonderful Beirut is and what a wonderful city.
Think about how much better it's going to be when it's not full of terrorists.
You know, different areas, used to be,
a lot
now
better.
It's not safe to go.
Yeah.
I don't know about that. I mean, like, here's the video. I'll link you guys. But you see the White House post on X, the video? No, I haven't. I'll show you guys. I guess I'll look at it right now. But actually, before I do that, this was the original clip, bro. Like, I love this. Was it Trump, Taliban? Yeah, I guess probably I can search it from this, right? I think it would come up. No, this looks like that's not it. Damn. Okay. Let me see. I pulled this up. Maybe that's going to work. Oh my God. I can't find it. Yeah, just give me a minute. I can maybe find it on here. I always search things on Twitter. And no, that's not it. Fuck. I can't find this video. This video was really fucking funny. But yeah, here it is. Where's the audio?
Trump story. This is my #1 favorite of all time. When we were negotiating with the Taliban, while President Trump was still the president, President Trump wanted to get out of Afghanistan, but he wanted a conditions-based withdrawal, meaning that you do what we tell you to do, and then we will start pulling troops back slowly as long as you abide by our rules. It's President Trump and Mike Pompeo, and they are talking to Taliban leadership in the room, and they had one translator in the room. President Trump looked at the Taliban leader and said this: I want to leave Afghanistan, but it's going to be a conditions-based withdrawal. And translator translated. And he said, if you harm a hair on a single American, I'm going to kill you. And the translator goes, and Trump goes, tell him.
Yes.
Tell him what I said. Tell him what I said. Reached in his pocket, pulled out a satellite photo of the leader of the Taliban's home and handed it to him.
Shut up.
Got up and walked out the room.
There it is. And so anyway, that's it. This is one of the base clips of all time. Yeah, exactly. So this is probably what he did at Lebanon too. That's probably what happened. And again, that shit works. It does. Like, that shit works really well. Gangster mentality? Well, that's how it should be. Like, that's what you should do. Like, fuck. Imagine not doing that. Imagine letting these people run over you. Imagine letting these people roll over you. This is some fucking third world country rolling over you. Like, what the hell is this? This is the only thing people understand. Exactly. And guess what? The thing is that people listen to that. That's the main reason that matters. The only language these people understand is violence. Exactly. You got to do that. And it might not be a good thing, but it might not feel good, but it's the right thing to do. Where's this here? The White House? Oh no. Wait a minute. Oh my God. What is this? Breaking news. America has suffered significant losses so far. Iranian storm missiles have launched ongoing attacks with direct ballistic missiles on aircraft carrier Naval Fleet Abraham Lincoln. This is the same video we've seen before. Oh my God. Yeah, guys. No way. What is the, what's the new video? If I can find it. Is this another one? Man. How about that? Back. Man. I don't know if they're going to be able to top the COD montage. I really don't. This is great. I love it. And Japanese will like this one? I don't know about that. And yeah, what is this? It's baseball season? I guess so. TDS has Americans pro-terrorist? Yeah, you've got the Americans that are siding with the terrorists now. I know, I've seen that a lot. Check the Ben Stiller video. Where is it? I can find it. What is this? We never gave you permission being part of your propaganda machine. War is not a movie. Yeah, we're gonna play it anyway. Yeah.
Wake up, Daddy's home.
Welcome home, son.
Strength and honor. Strength and honor.
What will you do without freedom?
Mavericks inbound.
By the way, don't ever listen to these people. Don't ever think that they're trying to advocate or they care about not doing war or something like that. These are people who are totally identity and ideologically captured by Hollywood. And if it was the Biden administration that was co-opting their stuff to advocate for COVID viruses or COVID vaccines, they would be all for it. So you shouldn't care about what they say, how they feel, or anything else. It's completely circumstantial on the politics and not actually on the principle. Who gives a fuck? Who cares?
You can't conceive of what I'm capable of.
Yeah, remember how Ben Stiller went to go meet Zelensky? Ben Stiller went to go meet Zelensky personally and even posted about it. But for some reason, he's not okay with this. And he accepts transitional leadership of Iran. Yeah, I mean, obviously, this was the guy that was going to be taking over. I mean, I think everybody... everybody kind of knew this, right? I mean, I thought so. Let me go and pull up this video. Where is it here? Copy video URL. And I can find it this way. IRGC is in the Special Olympics? I guess so, right? And what is this?
News out of the Middle East. Reza Pahlavi, the Crown Prince of Iran, just made an extraordinarily important announcement about the future of Iran. Take a look.
The Iranian people have called on me to lead the transition after the regime is gone.
Great.
I have accepted that responsibility. Part of their great mandate to me is to return our nation and our foreign relations.
Is this good or bad? It's good. This guy's a reasonable guy, and I think that it would be better than the Ayatollah. I'll tell you that for sure.
We'll see.
That's a fact.
I will do exactly that. My commitment is to ensure the transition is orderly, the country is stabilized.
And also, so this was always the strategy, is that he was going to come in and he wasn't necessarily going to lead the country. Now, if they voted for him to lead, maybe he would. But it was basically to facilitate a transition of power to where there's not a power vacuum, because that's whenever all of the insurgencies and all of the crazy people take over.
Iranians determine their future through the ballot box. We will not repeat the mistakes of past transitions. We will avoid de-Baathification scenarios and maintain...
That's what happened after they had Saddam Hussein deposed, is that the Ba'ath Party was like his party, and they went crazy after that and caused a bunch of problems. I think that's what people are saying created ISIS.
As many bureaucrats and public servants in transition as possible. Iranians have made their choice at an enormous price. Now I ask our friends in the Arab world to join us, to prepare to recognize and engage our transitional government. We will rebuild our nation not for expansion, but to serve the Iranian people. We will base our diplomatic relations not on exportation of ideology, but on mutual respect and shared interest.
Finally.
We will reintegrate into the regional and global economy to increase prosperity for the citizens of all of our nations.
See, I think that's another really big component, is that once they're able to actually do trade with everybody and they're able to be like a normal country, it's going to make that country a lot richer than it already is. Because obviously, the people in Iran are very, very well educated, so they could create a lot of things that probably would have a lot of value.
Standing with the Iranian people is not charity. It is a strategic investment in making our region one of the most stable, secure, and prosperous in the world. Together, we can build a Middle East our children will be proud to inherit.
And they won't get bombed.
Take this new path with us.
Yeah.
Nicole John Sezion, a journalist in Jerusalem, joins us now. So, Nicole, my friend, before we even get to what happens next, how much longer is the Iranian regime going to be able to keep putting up a fight? And, people are saying, well, you took out the Ayatollah. When's this regime crumbling? What are you hearing?
Well, it's so interesting to be talking about this on right on the heels of this breaking news, because I feel that in the last couple of days, we've gone from wondering what the capabilities are of the regime to hearing the results of the Israeli.
Well, it was pretty obvious what the capabilities were right from the beginning, okay? Like, if they had any capabilities to stop this, they would have done it last year whenever they had all their nuke sites destroyed. Like, they were getting bombed like fucking crazy by Israel. Like, I mean, if they had anything, they would have used it then. The idea that they were holding on to some super secret weapon, like, that was always a third world cope. It always was.
The combined U.S. and Israeli military campaign to now, even as recently, just today, I was in a briefing with somebody, an expat Iranian who works for advocacy and democracy in Iran, who said that her sources are talking about the coming collapse of the regime.
Well, yeah,
that
obviously.
There are defections and people
See, that's the thing, bro. Like, as soon as this is the other reason why they shut down the internet, is because if the soldiers can start communicating with each other and they can realize that their leaders are leaving, that's going to make them leave too. So as soon as that starts getting like spread around, then you're probably going to have like a huge demoralization, like massive.
Leaving the besieged,
that's what I'm guessing,
leaving
at least.
the IRGC. They're putting down their weapons. They're throwing their phones so that their commanders will assume that they've been killed, and then they are trying to disappear and basically defect.
That's smart. That's what I would do.
And so
I
what
do that
she
for
was
sure.
calling for
Holy shit.
was for the international community to start to encourage this, even overseas, even, in other countries, from diplomats and workers in embassies to encourage more defections, because she said all of this is going to culminate. It becomes a critical mass that could change everything overnight.
Well, obviously,
somebody says you don't understand how secret the weapons are. They're so secret that the Iranian regime doesn't even know what they are. I guess that's it.
Nature abhors a vacuum. And let's say this regime were to collapse. I think the vast majority of Western allies, the vast majority of Persians, it seems like in the diaspora, would be 100% behind the crown prince. But I know that there's other factions, trying to vie for power, I guess you could say, in this moment. Who are some of the other players in this transition government? Again, nothing's happened officially yet. The regime's still in power. But what are some other people we should be keeping our eye on, at least?
Right. And also, by the way, I don't know. It appears to be that Reza Pahlavi is the popular choice of the people. It appears to be, but I don't claim to know that as well. Although everybody I've interviewed, and
they can figure it out whenever that regime is gone, right? I mean, I think that's really it. It's just about getting rid of those guys first.
Several Iranians and analysts of Iran are saying that he would be the natural choice.
Yeah, now, I think that's what makes sense.
Other groups, for instance, there is the MEK, which is the Mujahideen al-Haq, and I think it's like Mujahideen of the People, and they are an a Marxist Islamic group.
Oh, good.
That some people have said is more like a cult because of the demands that they have of their people. Like they demand that the women wear hijab.
I don't think that's going to fly after all this. I've got a feeling that they're probably tired of that shit.
Though they say that they're against the current regime, but they still have their own sort of Islamist, like a secular Islamist system.
They're not as crazy as the previous crazy people.
In any case, Mariam Rajavi is the head right now of that party. She has also declared herself the head of a transitional government. She did that a couple days ago before Reza Pahlavi. So it's just very interesting. There's also, I've asked many questions. I have to say, Iran is a historic and extremely large and massive nation, 90 plus million people, and I think 17 minority groups, something like that. So I can't say that I have
there's probably not a direct consensus for anything. I think that's what makes sense.
So I'm asking the experts.
Seems very
and I have
unlikely.
asked several people what will
90
happen
million
with all
people
these
in the
minority
country.
groups. For instance, we're hearing about the Kurds being armed to go and
Woke
to
Iran.
do a ground invasion and to lead an uprising on the ground, which, you know, people are saying that though the Israeli-American bombing campaign has been extremely effective in taking out missiles and missile launchers and intelligence sites and a lot of the infrastructure, an airstrike alone or a series of airstrikes cannot change the regime. So they are depending ultimately on something to happen on the ground. So
I think it probably it almost did with just the people protesting. I mean, it did. Like, they basically had to turn off the internet and then activate the military at probably a very high level to start killing their people. Like, so I think this has already happened.
The Kurds.
That's my opinion.
My questions have been, okay, so what if the Kurds then break away and create their own republic? Or what if they become the oppressive regime? Or what about the Azeris? You know, the Azeris, I think, make up a large percentage of the population. I think it's more than 10, less than 20. It's something like that. But what if they do that as well? And many Iranians insist, and again, this is their words, not mine, that Iran is a society that is built on this diversity and that they would stay unified and that none of these groups would rise up, that everybody wants the same end result, which is
it's kind of, I feel like that's very high-minded. I don't know if that's what would happen.
Democratic government.
Yeah.
It's just a fascinating time to be alive. The idea that the Islamic regime in Tehran, might be soon to be collapsing. And then you think about Hezbollah and Hamas and the Houthis and the militias in Iraq and just all the chaos that has transpired, and the fact that there is a potential to have Iran become a source of peace and a Western ally is just almost unthinkable a few years ago. So the fact that we're here is pretty amazing. But on the other side of that token is what's happening where you are, which is in Israel.
That's other Israel shit. Gives a fuck about Israel shit, right? But like Azerbaijan's gonna annex something. I don't know about that. But overall, I feel like that's kind of what's going to happen is that guy, that Reza Pahlavi, I'll link you guys this video here from CBN News. I'm not familiar with them at all, but I'll link it to you guys. And only Indian federal system to work for them. Yeah, I mean, that's generally, I think the guy that they're probably going to bring in and have represent them. And the reason why, it just makes sense, right? I mean, this is the guy, he's the son of the Shah, etc. I feel like very obviously that's where things are going to go. I mean, it could be something else, but that's generally what I think is going to happen.
President Trump has released a new statement. Of course, through back channels, the Islamic Republic was saying, maybe we could have a conversation. Of course, the president said no, but there's one thing. He said, there will be no deal with Iran except unconditional surrender. After that, and the selection of a great and acceptable leader or leaders,
we saw this before, and this is good. I mean, if they're going to bomb them, I think that's a good thing. I'm glad. I mean, this is finally going to happen. We'll see. So this is is this the bombing alerts here? Let me go back. I'll pull it up. The USA is losing. I saw that. I watched an AI video that showed the US getting blown up. And I guess, based off of that, I feel like it's kind of obvious that the United States is losing the war. And we're just really stupid. And we totally underestimated how smart Iran is and how good their weapons are.
So that's a Tel Aviv cam. But I don't see anything on Intel cams right now.
Let me see if there's any more of these.
But they just zoomed it in.
Here we go. All right. Let's see if they get any of them. That was good timing, huh? It was really good timing. A minute till impact? Yeah. Hit him with the goy beam? Yeah. What wave are they on? This is like the 8th day, right? 7th or 8th day, or 8th day, one or the other. Turn it down a little bit. Real missiles are incoming? Yeah, these are their serious missiles, okay? So you should expect really big damage here. Yeah, they're not joking around anymore. No more lawnmowers. See what happened in Lebanon? Yeah, they bombed them. That's what's been happening for a while. People watch stream if they're banned. Why? Deciding if it's worth the risk. US has taken out so many, I don't think they have the capacity to get past defenses anymore. I don't think so either. Oh, there's one right there. Look. And it's gone. And there's that one. Oh, there's one right here too. This is in Beirut. Wait, it's in Beirut. Wait, what? Wait, they're just everywhere. Holy, wait, look at, oh shit, look at all those. Oh my God. Look at that. They're getting goy beamed. And those are going up too. Oh, there's one going down. Is this one gonna hit? I'm not seeing it. Oh, I think they had a hit. You see him getting flashed out. Oh. Oh. What the fuck? You see one right there. It's one's getting popped off right there. Damn. Must be still the old ones. Yeah, they're saving the new ones for the next wave. That's it. They're about to use them, but they're just not ready yet. They're fixing to really show America that they mess with the wrong guys. Clearly the DPS phase. I think this is really the... Yeah, I think they're on cooldown now. I mean, do you think that, like... I mean, do you think they, like, watch this, and then they, like, watch live streams, and then there's, like, they're like, oh, they're laughing at us. Like, fuck, man. Like, okay, we'll get them next time. Okay, fire off 3 more. They almost won phase? Like, yeah, did they not get a... Oh, what was this? Really? I mean, like, because, like, oh, there's... Damn, there's a lot of these, huh? This is more than usual. They don't have launchers capable of programming big missiles, so they have to just sit on them? Oh, so now they have all the really good missiles, but they can't use them. Of course. They're using a 1-button rotation? No, I think they're just spamming 1 button. It's cluster missiles, that's why? Well, I think that we would have seen them, like, I mean, with the lighting here, like, the cluster missiles usually separate into things that are, like, easily able to see. Says it's Iran. Oh, this one? Yeah, that's Iran, but the other ones aren't. These are all Israel. It says Israel right here. Getting all of today's 7 rockets done in one go and then going back to bed. All right, it's 2 a.m. Okay, all right, fire them off. Let's go. Let's meet the quota for today. IDF has done 15 bombing runs so far. I mean, it's pretty obvious how asymmetrical this is, right? I mean, they're just getting totally destroyed. I don't see how these people think that they even have a chance. Let's see what it says. So, are they showing any bombings that have hit? And what are they saying here? The cameras are being censored. They got slammed. Haifa hit as well. Time for ambulance. Big hits. Garbage man will be out today. Propaganda crap from Israel. No hits. 7 hits I see, guys. Cam 4 gets censored, apparently. No impacts, LOL. Confirmed hits. Can censored for non-paying members. Oh, God. It's not even true. Okay, I'm trying to see if there's any more of these.
Give me a moment.
Which percentile are they parsing at? Like the 3%, man. I don't even know if 3% of their missiles hit. I really don't. I think it could even be lower than that. Like, I think it actually could be that bad. Like, there's not a single one that's really coming through. Let me go and see and pull it up and see if they're going to do another one. U.S. investigators believe hackers linked to Chinese government carried out a cyber intrusion targeting an internal FBI computer network containing information regarding to some domestic surveillance orders. Okay, a lot of explosions were heard in Israel. Explosions heard in Tel Aviv. Well, I wonder why. And so 133 alerts. So it's at 201 alerts now. So did a single one get through or not? It seems like maybe not. I'm from Haifa, and I can confirm we got hit hard. They closed Domino's. But do they usually close Domino's? Because like I figure like if it's late at night, usually Domino's is closed anyway, right? Like you're not saying that they hit Domino's. You're just saying the store's closed, right? Because if they hit Domino's, I think that I mean, I feel like at that point we're into war crime territory, right?